1969. The golden coin is almost spent. Weeks before, we had talked about what we wanted to do on this last night. I'd said there was only one group of people I wanted to spend it with, Lyndon's top assistants and mine. So there were 60 for a buffet supper. It was a wonderful life. It took vigor and forbearance and a lot of elasticity, but it was an absolutely wonderful life.
My cabinet presented me with a beautiful document showing the over 200 bills that we had enacted. How inadequate any man is for the office of the American presidency. The magnitude of the job dwarfs every man who aspires to it. I believe that every man who has ever occupied the presidency was humble enough to realize that no living mortal has ever possessed within himself all the required qualifications. But I had given the office everything that was in me.
4 years later, almost to the day, January 22nd, 1973, Lyndon had a heart attack and died at the age of 64. It was something we all expected. Just 6 weeks prior to his death, there was a symposium on civil rights at the new Lyndon Jonhson Library. And although the doctors told him he shouldn't, Lyndon was determined to go and deliver a speech.
Our objective must be to assure that all Americans play by the same rules. We know there is injustice, intolerance, hate, discriminations, and suspicion. And we know that there is a division among us. But there is a larger truth. We have proved that great progress is possible. We know that much needs to be done. But if our efforts continue, and if our will is strong, and if our hearts are right, and if courage remains our constant companion, then, my fellow Americans, I am confident that we shall overcome.
Lyndon was laid in state in the Rotunda in Washington. He was buried in the family cemetery on the ranch on January 25th. Only days later, the Paris Peace Accords were signed, ending the Vietnam War.